Perfect.
Perfect.
I did say at the
It's the
beginning.
episode I want
someone
Malcolm to do all of this on.
That's great. All right, so Grunkum, you've kind of made it past everything else. You do see there's bits of combat going around back behind you, and you also see the display in front of you in the air. So you're probably at this point like 800 feet off. Ari, as you're kind of flying around, basically you guys are just evading attacks at the moment, and you kind of watch as the dwarf just seems to be sitting there. He's not really doing too much. Sitesh kind of looks over the side. He's like, well, that's not very friendly at all. It's like, up for some target practice? No?
What's going on?
I don't know, but I think there's
Why are
something
they
in this
shooting
here.
at us?
Hold on 1 second. Let me, there must be some sort of attack. Let me take care of this. And he is going to
do an insight check. Damn.
He's not getting a bonus for that.
Does he seem truthful and honest, or?
I'm rolling. You look at him. He's either putting on a really, really good show, or he's telling the truth.
Okay.
However, as you're being shot at, he could do that. He's going to. He could do that too. I'll be close to that. He's going to reach out towards one of the upper levels where many of the blue energy blasts are coming from, and he's going to let loose a fireball.
AFK for coffee. Be right back.
You just watch as it kind of explodes, and you see a few things kind of fly off the walls. He just kind of like laughs and smiles. He's like, "Ha ha! 5 points." And you're just kind of like, where is everybody? Like, this is strange. Let's take a closer look. Okay, so they're kind of circling still. So you're going full speed, Grontham?
Yes. They're 800 feet out, so that's going to take me 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 rounds. No, 5 rounds. Yeah, 5 rounds.
Let me see. We'll say you close to about, for the sake of this, about 200 feet, stealthily. But, ooh, I need a rock back too. Absolutely. Did I not save the rock back? Oh, there it is. That would have been horrible. Alright. So they each get 1 check, and then you get your attempt to rush. The rock. Roll your stealth check to try to stay as quiet as possible as you're speeding. It will be a disadvantage, though, because you are going as fast as possible. Alright, not too bad. noise.
Are you blowing your whistle, Gronkum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know how that's gonna go.
I have to blow the whistle to go.
That's the disadvantage.
I
Oh,
have to blow
no.
the whistle to go fast.
And then the dwarf. Oh no. He watches
Oh no.
they all look back. Like, we seem to have someone following us. You just hear a loud whistle. You look back. You've heard the whistle enough times to know who it is. And they just kind of look at it like, what on earth in
It's a flying
that?
welcome.
So the dwarf, Gronkum, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw, please. Let's see. All right. So as you fly forward, you feel this immense pressure as you get shot straight at the ground. Yeah, you're probably because you're like at the same level they were, right?
Yeah.
So you get shot down into the ground. Did you rage as you were getting in there or no?
Yeah, I would have.
Okay, so you take. You take 54 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced to 26, 27. I've been awake for many days.
27.
Thank
So
you.
I'm at
26.
30,
27.
Okay.
38
Yeah. 27. Yeah. I'm off.
points of damage.
Plus an additional. So that was the bludgeoning from the spell. Additional 10 points of force damage. Reduced to half, I also believe, correct?
Level 5 is 43 points of damage.
You remember this guy too. You obviously can tell it's not the one you met, but this is the one of the two brothers you met when you were getting help with your arm. So they keep flying. He's gonna look at you, Ari, like, what kind of bird was that? Horrifying.
I'm also going to give you one of these. See if she actually saw said individual or just heard them.
Let's see. Would you do this? Well, you're still blowing the whistle too, so he would have been like, you would have heard the whistle, and then you would have heard a very different sounding whistle, like going further away, and then you would have heard
Oh my god. Where's my slide
very,
whistle?
very Looney Tune-ish.
Where's my slide whistle? Of all the times not to have my slide
How
whistle.
far away is he approximately?
Well, he was getting decently close, so he probably got within 100 feet behind you, but now he's 120 feet straight down into the ground. It's just kind of like a little dust cloud. But you make out a form.
And you
Like I
said,
said, you're familiar with the whistle.
she. Okay. You find out what's going on with the the attacks. I'll check on the bird.
Oh, no worries. The bird's fine. You'll be staying with us.
Uh-huh.
And you just kind of watch as the rock rocket
How long have
flying.
we been flying in total?
Oh, probably about 5 minutes.
Okay. So that's worn off.
So at this point, let's see.
She'll be observing the quote unquote bird.
The bird gets back up and shoots back out. You hear the whistle. We need the slide whistle. We really, really do.
I'm gonna go find it. I'm gonna go find it.
But he does fly back up. So how far can you fly? 200 feet?
Let's see.
Well, you want to
80
take an action when you get there, though, too, right?
Yeah, 100. I can fly 160 feet
Okay.
per turn using dash.
Well, dashing takes your action, though.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be able to do anything when you actually caught up. So you could get there, though, for sure. I was trying to figure with your whistle, is there any way you could get there without using your action?
and without the whistle, whistle counts as speech. It's not even a bonus action.
Yeah, that's free. That just doubles your speed, right?
Yeah, it doubles my
So
fly speed.
what's your fly speed then?
Fly speed is 80.
All right, so you fly 80 with the whistle, right?
Oh, yeah, with the whistle.
Okay, so you're
with
80 feet.
With the whistle,
Mm-hmm.
and then 160 feet with dash.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so you could at least get to them and like you could try to like just knock into them if you wanted to, but you wouldn't be able to like grapple or anything. But you could get on the rock.
yeah, that's what I want to do then.
All right. So as you fly up, you do get. Let's get a little map. Oh, did I download that one? That'll work. Where did it go? Doo-doo. There we go. That's a pretty decent map.
120 feet down plus 100 feet out. That's 220 feet.
I'm just uploading this map really quick. Welcome battle. This is ridiculously big, but it's sure. God. Wow, that's huge. Oh, maybe not. It could just be a really. No. Let me reduce it real quick. I'm not that mean.
Mm-hmm.
Techno might kill me if I use this. Size 40%. Much better. And yes, you could ignore the French Revolution. Wow. Okay, there we go. Alright, so as you're flying over city streets, Gronkum, there's the Gronkum battle. So let's get our rock. Let's start you guys off on the right side. So, rock is there. On top of rock, we will put.
That is a very American rock.
That's just a typical rock. I don't actually have a rock token. We'll use a Darrow token for the little dwarf. He's just chilling. We will use. There's Ari. And our dear friend. Now approaching. So Grelcom, you are. Where are we positioning to?
I would like to get between Satoshi and Ari.
They're right next to each other. So as you do, go ahead, just make a general athletics check. As you kind of go to force your way in. Not bad. That's 23. He's not the strongest. That's for sure. Okay. He's just gonna roll. Ugh. That's not good.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
All right, you get in between them. All right, so let's do this separate. Grunkum, go ahead and roll initiative. Or you can roll initiative too. I'm gonna roll initiative for my little homie. And then I'll roll.
This is one of the situations where I wish I could lower my initiative.
He's not here. He's not here. Excellent. So as you land, Grunkum, he's gonna go in to touch you. That's a miss. That's what he's going to do for now. Jasper, you're not taking. He's not taking. All right.
Gronkum?
Oh, while I distract them.
Out of curiosity, no bail.
Mm-hmm.
How technologically advanced is Gamecaster?
Not very, like, how specifically?
Does it have a method of, say, waste disposal that isn't dump it on the streets?
Maybe in certain parts. Everyone else kind of takes care of their own, buries it.
So,
In the city, more or less?
say by the castle, would there be?
Potentially, yeah.
Like, for example, say a sewer or aqueduct?
You could look and see.
I mean, I can give you a perception check, but I don't know how well I'd be able to see a sewer with a from in the sky.
You kind of look around for anything if I can access. One thing you would be familiar with. There are aqueducts and sewers in Gamecaster. You don't see any aqueducts near here, but you do know that there is somewhere, but you don't see any access near here, unfortunately.
Okay. Would she be aware of whether or not it runs all through out under the castle?
I don't really think that's any place Ari would have hung out.
True, but never know if she'd ever heard or overheard someone is supposed to clean it complaining at the bar or something.
Roll a junk and history check at disadvantage. Due to distance and randomness.
A 1 and a 2.
You've heard of maybe monsters in the sewers, but nothing about any specific castle access. You'd assume that there is some sort of connection, but where that connection is, or if it's on a different system, you would not know. That might know, but there's
Okay. Next inquiry. How high into the sky are we?
You are currently about 120 feet up.
120 feet. Okay. How close would the nearest home or business be? Not counting the castle itself. Or something on the castle grounds.
Any building you see on the map. You're not near the castle quite yet. It would take a bit of distance to get there. So you're on a street heading towards the castle. What you see is what you get.
Okay.
Other than the flags. They're just there because this is a totally different map. But it's pretty cool for a street.
Due to the fact that Gronkum is of such a large stature, and there are arcane explosions going on all around, and a whistle being blown, she's going to take advantage of the moment to kind of duck herself behind Gronkum, placing a hand on his back, and she's going to attempt to quietly utter the verbal components for a dimension door.
As you utter the words, nothing. You just see him smile.
Is it clear that he used a counterspell?
He's not using any spell.
He's got a field of anti-magic up around him.
So is the spell slot consumed then, or no?
It is considered correct.
Huh.
But you can move because he's not
What
holding
about you?
You talking to Graham?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he heard you.
I did not.
No. She said, "What about you?"
I'll hold them back. You go. And Grockham starts unshouldering his backpack.
All right. Anything else going to do, Art?
Well, I guess her plan B for escaping. Out of curiosity, as she is a sorcerer, the anti-magic field, would it have been something she may have noticed?
I mean,
Like
you
a
could test
distinct
and see.
feeling or anything?
You don't feel anything in particular. However, roll an Arcana check for me, we'll say. Nothing that really stuck out. But you can certainly test around. That's your action. You got movement and bonus. And shenanigans because you're a sorcerer.
Okay, well, I guess just gonna slide off the rock.
All right, so you drop from the rock.
Yeah,
How far away?
she'll use her wings too.
Okay. As you leave the rock's range, because you're going down, correct? Or are you staying within the rock's melee range? All right.
Yeah, she is heading down towards the ground, though a little bit before the ground will,
Okay.
stop her fall and go into
So-
more of a swoop.
As you go for the ground, one of its tendrils shoots out at you.
Yeah, that's not good.
Um,
And that's outside of shit range.
yeah. So you are currently grappled. You remain, we'll say at 15 feet is when it went after you. It's kind of the range it hit you with that.
Okay.
You can attempt to escape on your
Bonus
turn.
action. She's
Hold on. Not done yet. Let me just double check. You're also restrained, so you can't move further away. You also have disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. That's it.
okay. So she's gonna hope that she's far enough away from the magic field, and bonus action. She's going to attempt to quicken spell a dimension door.
Nada.
Nothing.
Roll another Arcana check.
Okay. Does it consume the sorcery points?
Mhm.
Okay.
Whatever you use for the ability, it does consume. But do roll your Arcana check.
There we go. 16.
You feel this strange, tingle. It's almost like you get a little dizzy and lightheaded when you cast your spell.
Okay. 1%. Well, that is probably about all she can do. That's her action, bonus, and movement.
Cat wants to save the day. Sandy's not here. Max is not here. Leah wants to be here. The Rock is not going to attack you, but he's going to reel you. So you are pulled in back to kind of the belly of the Rock.
Okay.
Drunken.
Okay. Did I see Ari getting grabbed by the rock?
Roll a perception check with advantage. You're not that far away. And you're kind of paying attention. You see Ari kind of fall off. Ari, I'm assuming you made some sort of squealer sound when you got attacked by the tendril. Or no? Up
Yeah.
to you. Okay, so yeah, you
she would've.
gather the plan may have hit a kink. You do remember, though, because you spent a lot of time actually studying the rock. It was a cross between a rock and a roper. And you're like, ah, crap. You put 2 and 2 together. And I know that's a dick move, but it's also awesome.
Okay, in that case, Gronkum is going to attack the rock until it lets go of Ari.
Okay. Do you want to attack? Are you like flying down where she is, or are you just attacking it?
Attacking it.
Okay, so you don't want to attack the tendril itself, you want to attack the rock.
Well, can I attack the tendril if it's been pulled back in? Okay, then that's what I would like to do.
Okay. So you see it's wrapped around her. Go ahead and roll an attack. I'm pretty sure that hits. It's not the rock, but it's a 20 AC. So you do hit the tendril. Go ahead and roll damage.
None of them.
Let me double check its hit points.
You have Great Weapon Mastery or something, don't you?
He does not, which is surprising.
Yeah, Gronkum doesn't carry feats. Gronkum has no feats.
The axe goes through, and you just watch Ari. Whoa!
Okay, for Gronkum's second attack, he is.
All right, do the second attack. As Ari is also falling, though.
Okay. Gronkum is going to throw his bag at Ari.
Okay, so as you're falling down, you just watch Gronkum. Roll an athletics check, Gronkum.
Okay.
Not that it should be an issue. Oh, that's actually pretty low for you, but still good.
Yeah, it is.
You just watch him chuck the bag. The
103-pound bag.
Yep, the 103-pound bag, fastball special, right at you. I need you, Ari. I'm not really counting on any type of athletics for your fate. Roll a dexterity check for me to try to catch this bag. It's coming straight at you, but like to hold on to it and take this gracefully.
Would you rather an acrobatics?
Quick point of order. You see,
Well, that'd be more if you're dodging it.
You see Saphira's head sticking out of the bag.
Oh, you can't let it hit the ground. He gave you his baby.
Oh, I still have restrained on me and grappled.
Oh, hold on.
Also, that was a save. No, same bonus.
I was wondering about Saphira.
No longer grappled, no longer restrained. Go ahead and reroll. Hey, look at that.
That's pretty good.
You catch the bag.
Thank you.
And you hear a little and then you pull out your rings and you kind of land and manage to not hit the ground. So that's your second, that's basically your second attack. So you got a bit of movement left. What else you want to do?
Get back within striking range of Satesh.
Okay, so you move back within range. Technically, if you did move out of range to go down, he would have done strike at you. The dwarf's still leaving you alone. So he'll make one attack as his reaction for there. Where'd he go? I got 31.
Yeah, barely.
Last time I didn't even hit you.
Yeah.
You take 10 points of psychic damage. Your psychic should be reduced.
Yep, psychic's reduced.
I thought everything but psychic from Bear.
Oh, you're right.
Just
I don't
take
know
5 more off. We can look at it later.
Yeah.
All right, so you do take the 10 points of damage, and I need you. Actually, I'll focus on. And you gotta make a wisdom save. That is a fail.
I would like to use my inspiration.
You may use your inspiration. Roll it again. So just roll a wisdom save.
Son of
Oh, it's close though. It was close. All right, hold on. So as you sit there next to him, you are currently frightened and incapacitated for 1 minute. You do get chances to make saving throws, but your mind just fills with images repeating over and over in quick succession in your mind of him butchering your troops and your men screaming.
And me being unable to do anything.
And you just feel powerless. It's not so much that you fear him, you want to fight him. It's like it almost saps all of your strength away just being near him, and it's just everything, you can't even move. So that's your current state. You can try to get out of it every turn.
Really wish I had enough.
Okay. As a bonus action, would I be able to unhook my belt so it falls towards the ground?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay.
And then do me another favor. I need you to roll another d12.
Oh man.
I mean, it's only fair.
Yeah. Okay. I am putting the backpack and the belt and all of its contents.
I'm gonna need a beer for this. Hold, please.
I don't like where this is going one bit.
It's going exactly where I expected it to go. Well, not the whole fear and...
Don't worry, Bronco. I have a plan.
The nobleman saving Ari. That's a true pal.
Sounds gun.
My prediction is the next one will be a 9.
Oh shit. This is when you need Dark's new character too. Dark is I'll have to say.
What about my character?
Between your little shenanigans for adding to people's abilities and have the spells you have access to and the items you can make. Shenanigans. Alright, where did
Also create uncommon and common items for a quarter of the price.
Yeah, you just gotta ask me about it. You can do it in downtime if you want to work on a project. As long as you have the materials and like the place to do it, depending on where we are too, you might do more work with better resources and tools. Let's find this. There we go. Okay. It's been a while since I've used this one. I have to get the art up for it. Just okay. You hear something running along the rooftop. Let's see. I guess you can't really move. You hear a voice shout out. What kind of ugly dragon is that? Oh well. And Omosh.
Oh my
Omosh.
gosh.
I'm going to go ahead. I forgot we could do that. And you just watch as he sticks out his hand, and you just watch this orb of let's see. You see like a vibrating orb in his hand, and he's gonna chuck it and aim at its wing.
Omosh dragon.
It kind of watches you hits in. You see, like it hits, but doesn't really do anything. He just kind of like tilts his head. Ah. And he watches. He pulls out his sword, and he will wait there. Top of the round. Ari, you're on the ground. What's the bag?
Ari's gonna look at. Yep, she's gonna look at Sphere's head and say, "Can you tell him, or can you tell Grandpa us?" Did it
Just
say
kind of
no?
smiles at you. Just makes a cute little noise and looks at you. Seems a little bit scared though.
Okay.
And she kind of like is looking up towards the bird too, like making little whining sounds.
Okay. No, unfortunately, that's only the caster. Hmm. I guess there isn't a distance that it has to be, so. First thing Ari's gonna do is she's going to cast Arcane Gate. Putting one on. No.
Nope,
Nothing?
nothing. You feel this? Roll another Arcana check.
Uh,
You feel the strange tingled lightheadedness again. There's something to this. You did notice one other thing though. Omosh's spell had no issue. Just to point out.
she's gonna take a quick look at her right hand.
Just a hand.
Okay, that's odd.
What you doing?
As she'll start. She'll start flying, trying to come up with something.
Don't worry, we're gonna give you guys a chance to do something where you are too in a second to have some participation.
Bonus action mantle of flames, or does that also fail to ignite?
Your mantle goes off.
Okay. She's gonna send or go help him. She's gonna send the Phoenix up to the very least provide him some kind of aid.
Okay. So you send the Phoenix up.
Mm-hmm. So she can get about 30 feet further, I guess. South?
Sure. Go for it.
So that is her action.
It's graded. So you'd be like right here, we'll say. That's good enough.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About there.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes it Lord Satesh's turn. He kind of looks over towards the dwarf. Yes. Let's go a bit higher, shall we? He looks over at you, Gronk, and he's like, something fun. He's going to focus his attention back on the castle. And you watch as he casts a spell. And about 500 feet away, you just see this little black ball that just kind of pulses every so often. And you watch as it kind of grows a little bit. And then he just kind of turns around and he kind of pats you on the back and puts his arm around your shoulder and just smiles. He's like, this is going to be fun. It's like, do stay and watch, won't you? That's going to be his turn. Omash. Let's see. He really doesn't like that bird.
Of course he doesn't. He thinks it's a dragon.
Oh, he knows how to deal with dragons.
He does, but this is not a dragon.
And that's why he's having trouble.
You just watch him and he's like, if you can't beat him, jump on him. And you watch as he ignites in flames as he takes his true form. Just not your token. Or did I just suck at spell? Nope, just blind. As he takes on a cat-like form, wreathed in fire of his own. Much to match your own, Ari. He's going to run here. Oh, yeah. He's going to cast Fly. And finish everything he's got there. here. Tom is not here. Bronkum, I need you to make. I believe it was wisdom saving. Wisdom saving throw, please. To DC 18.
And so with fear and all that, you can't do anything except for roll the save, right?
Nope, that's it.
You can make movement action.
Nope, he's incapacitated and frightened.
That only prevents actions and reactions. And Frighten just prevents him from moving closer and gives him disadvantage on a bunch of things. Doesn't actually stop him from taking movement actions or bonus actions.
He's right.
What do you want to do?
Keep going until I save.
Keep going, what?
Grockum's going to stay.
Can't stay. Oh, I guess you can stay, can't you? Or
Yeah, you just
have
can't
to use
move
your movement.
closer. There's nothing stopping you from,
Hold on, let me here.
unless it says so. Frighten does not actually force you to. You just have disadvantage while the
Nope, just
target is
frightened and
in sight.
incapacitated.
And yeah,
Nope,
and
just
Frighten also
frightened,
prevents him
incapacitated.
from willingly moving closer.
You certainly can't do that regardless. All right. Oh, so
Yeah, with his
point of
shoulder.
order too. You also, because of this, do get disadvantage on those wisdom saving throws because you are within sight range of it. So you can't remember that for next round. All right. So you stay. You already, yeah, you're fine. You already failed it. You're not dying too, Jasper. You could take your dying off.
Oh, Grockum would have said, run, Ari, run.
She's trying.
He's working on it.
There you go. That'll stop him from
What else?
making death saves.
Jasper, if you're
Give a
talking, I
bonus.
can't hear you. You're muted. Oh,
Oh,
no.
my bad.
No, I'm talking to you.
Oh,
You
to me?
technically do have a bonus action.
No. Grockum has 2 bonus actions that he can ever do. One is rage. The other is reckless attack.
Which technically falls off at the end of this round because
Yeah.
you have not been attacked. Fair enough, though. I was thinking of your other character for a minute.
And I'm unable to attack, so rage is gone.
Okay. That brings us to Mr. Rock. Flies up. You guys go up an additional 240 feet, so you're now at 360 feet. It is no longer within range of your area, and it did not reel at you. All right. So you guys, as you just land on the other side, I believe Tanya ran up and healed Jasper, correct?
Sure.
Oh, I thought you said you did last session.
I probably did. I don't remember what I said.
Fair enough.
I'll use cure wounds.
All right, so go ahead and do that on him.
Oh wait, I did roll. That's right. I did roll that at the end of last session. So yeah.
Yeah, but apply the heal on him too. So you guys basically land. Tanya heals him. What are you guys doing?
I'm probably
You
trying to
left
talk to the
behind-
prince about what's going on, what happened to him, what happened to everybody else, just getting the lowdown.
Roll a persuasion check there. Heal him for 4. Nice. He just seems very, very timid. It's like, I want my mom.
You got bad news for you, kid.
We'll do what we can to try to find her. I've actually met your father before.
You have?
Yes, this has been. How long ago was it? Have we been gone since the last
You've
time?
actually met him one time too. He was playing, so he probably doesn't remember shit, and he probably sees a lot of people come and go. It was probably now at that point, maybe a little bit less than a year ago.
It's been almost a year, so I haven't seen him since. But I am loyal to your father. And we'll try to find out what's going on here, but I need as much help as possible to understand what's happening with everybody and what all you've seen and heard.
Like, I don't know. I just want my mom.
I'll do what I can. And I'm gonna try to find him some food or something if we've got, and that other priest.
Isco comes in, and the awkward-looking man in the robe comes in and provides some food and like puts a blanket around the kid, and he's trying to be like really nice as well. You guys have a couple of minutes to do things too, so if you guys want, you could do some shenanigans. He just kind of sits. He kind of like plays with the food a little bit, and he like tastes it, but he doesn't eat very much.
There's no other children around, is there?
No, there's no children.
Not yet. I'll say maybe I can have a friend come talk to you here in a little bit, and then I'm assuming that we're all just going to kind of be chilling out. I will go somewhere out of shot, and then become the little boy that I have the soul of, to come back and play with him, and then I'll try to slowly coax information out of him.
Okay.
Anya's here too.
I forgot. Tanya, you want to go play?
Or why not?
What do you guys want to go play?
I'm gonna teach him cards.
All right, so we'll say that you guys go ahead. Go ahead. You can either roll, one of you can roll persuasion check with advantage, or you can each roll persuasion checks independently.
I didn't catch all that.
Either roll one advantage or roll independently for persuasion. Up to you guys.
I can assist or whoever. My persuasion's not that great. I'm not trained in it. I've got a +1.
Sure.
You want to do it, Tanya?
Tanya can persuade him with the levels with the +7.
And I'll try to what's the word I'm looking for?
So
Nonchalantly cast guidance also.
So advantage with the assist because of the assist thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Hang on, let me throw guidance on you. Who's rolling
Dark
this?
is your
Tanya?
fellow child and may even be at a reduced DLC or DC.
Even without the guidance, you already beat him. So he does lighten up a little bit. From what he kind of tells you, and this is, we'll say it's over like the course of like the next 15 minutes.
I thought the perfect thing. I'll have the robotic cat, sit on its shoulder.
Sure. You already succeeded in it. So he kind of like enjoys playing with the cat. From what you gather, at some point he was taken from the castle. He was then moved to the orphanage, and they cut off a majority of his hair. They kept him there, and that's basically where he's been ever since. He tells you that all of the priests, he didn't really know. Like, he's kind of met some of them before, but he didn't recognize any of them, and apparently most of these kind of just appeared out of nowhere. But that's about all you get out of him. He does not know that his mother is dead.
Do we know that?
You guys do know that his mother is dead. But I'll leave that with you guys. As for the rest of you, are you guys doing anything? Are you trying to find the other party or see what they're doing, or trying to lend them any type of aid from a distance?
Yeah, I can do a quick little scry. Keep
Sure.
an
Who
eye
do you
on
want to
things.
spray on?
Ooh. Who would I be more concerned for? Probably Ari.
I think Gronk would probably be more prone to getting himself into shenanigans.
Right.
Okay. So you go ahead, you spray on Ari.
Mhm.
You see Ari currently standing in the street.
Flying low across the street. Wreathed in flames. Holding a rather large backpack.
A familiar looking backpack.
Do I know it's Gronkum's backpack?
Yeah. You guys put enough stuff in here to know, even in your short period of time.
It's his crocodile leather.
The one he had made. Yep.
Yep.
And if he dropped his belt and stuff, then I imagine she's probably holding that as well.
Well, technically, it weighs more than that, even when he got hit with it, because we didn't put in all the weight of the coin.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of things you could take out, like the shovel and the hunting trap. The hunting trap is
Why?
the heaviest. And
And
like
Oh,
it would
fair
also
point.
days worth
have to
of
be on the
rations.
side of the bag, as she's
What's
in the
your,
midst of an escape.
encumbered?
She's not
Oh, and the
gonna.
rope.
Sorry.
she's quite encumbered.
Okay. So remember,
What's the
you
total
are
weight?
currently encumbered.
It's 103 pounds, so
Mhm.
you could get rid of the
Yeah.
shovel.
It's
The
within
shovels
her
can.
lift push
Ooh.
drag limit.
Do you have the coins in the quiver or in the bag?
In the bag.
So yeah, it's probably you were probably definitely encumbered by this bag unless you dump some stuff out, because there's a shit ton of coin.
Yeah, unfortunately, in the midst of an escape is not the time to look through his bag trying to find stuff to dump out.
All right. So you scry, you see that, you see what else you want to do?
I don't have much.
All right. Anyone else?
I have a minute's worth of flight time. I don't think I could make it to one in a minute.
You're not there. You're you got teleported away.
Fuck am I? Was I not
You're with the
you?
rest of the party. Gronkum and Ari are completely alone.
Oh, oh.
Ari,
No,
I
you
think
guys are
I knew I was
safe.
in the party.
You teleported away with everyone else in the prince, so they're currently at the golden perch. So you guys are safe. You left behind them and Nobel.
Gotcha. Okay, I thought we were just somewhere else in the city or something.
Since I know Ari's fine, I'm gonna cast Scry on Gronkum as well.
Okay. Gronkum
Just
is
to see.
not fine. Gronkum
Yeah,
is
I'm fine.
So you see a couple of things that are very interesting. So he is currently standing atop of a very large bird that appears to almost be made of stone, which baffles your mind to begin with, but let's leave it there. You see him sitting there just looking like terrified. You see another one of those strange undead looking weird creepy wizard things in the shape of the dwarf. You see a large cat with weird upside down hands currently wreathed in flame. And you see the creepy looking guy from before that Grunkum barely could hold back attacking, currently with his arm over Grunkum's shoulder, just like looking off at the castle as this black ball continues to grow.
Yeah, his arch nemesis, give him just a casual. That's not good. I'm gonna kind of motion for everyone to come look into the crystal ball.
Sure.
Like, what do we do? What do we do?
Kids are still outside playing, though.
Could someone get Soren, maybe? Maybe. What did we do?
You just see Jasper sitting on the ground looking very, very sad.
It's just still rocking back and forth. Just it was so
He said
good.
no. He said no. He said no.
Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna cast Sending to Soren.
You cast Sending to Soren?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a percentile die for me real quick. Okay. What do you want to say?
That's good.
Things are a little ass back. Wait, no, I gotta count. Short and sweet. Things went bad. Gronkum is screwed. We found the prince, I guess? Can you help?
Question mark?
Question mark.
Okay. You get a response. I'll see what I can do. Hold, please. That's it.
Alright, people have been informed. And now we wait.
All right. Top of the round, I need Gronkum to roll a d12.
What's the deft number?
Come on.
There's gotta be a number.
Damn it. I was hoping a 9.
You already rolled an 8. Roll another d12.
That's 5.
Interesting. Leah, roll a percentile die.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
That ain't good.
It's either really good or really bad.
You
Gives
hear
you-
the flapping of wings.
Oh no.
First, you see two things. You see. Oh man, you guys and your stupid luck. It's probably a good thing.
Was it the deft number?
No, it was
he
kinda.
said so disappointingly.
Oh, it's perspective.
Hold, please. And then... So you just watch as the rock lurches as something slams into it from above.
Was the Yavos number?
Gronkum, you watch as a black streak flies in front of you.
Yep, this is my luck.
And is going to attempt to, it looks like, kick you off the bird. But misses you.
Good.
And kicks the Tesh.
Oh, not good.
Not good. What do you mean?
I mean, Gronkum wants to kill Satesh.
Satesh
If
is for
Satesh,
you.
I still got more than half of my hit points left.
You watch as he gets knocked away from you. You don't get reactions though. No, he didn't get moved on his own. Of course, he can't do it anyways.
Does Omash get reactions?
No, because he didn't move on his own will. You don't get reactions for that.
Well, I wouldn't die anyways because I'm frightened and incapacitated.
But Omash doesn't get him. He would have had to like move through different means.
It is perspective, god damn it.
He will take haste turn really quick. He's going to do 3 claw attacks after the bird. $25 points of damage to the rock. You just watch like chunks of stone flying out. 30 points of damage, and then the frozen hand. That one actually misses. He rolled a 2. So it stops moving. It's no longer moving forward. Ari, during this distraction, you're able to move a bit further south. I need you to... Actually, you don't even really have to roll for this one. As you start running, looking for anywhere to get away, I'm assuming, correct?
At this time,
Up to you. So you feel a very strong urge. You kind of see this building. You're not sure if it's a home or a small business, but it's kind of off to the right a little bit. And you get this strong urge that this place is safe and you should go there immediately.
So with this town and urges,
I would have.
Remember
Yeah,
your 6?
I would have.
Like, you just have this piqued curiosity, like,
I still attempt to take cover.
as you go over, you hear, over here. Psst, over here.
Does the voice
What do you
sound
see?
familiar?
No. You see kind of a hand with a glove on it, kind of like waving you. Over here, hurry.
Does she see any more of the figure?
Roll perception check.
Or just a hand in a glove?
Well, let's see. Hey! Oh, don't worry, we're not done yet. Ari, you look forward and it takes a second for your eyes to focus before you realize that it's just... This is a gray-skinned tiefling, finely dressed with holding a rod.
Grayskin tiefling. Does the individual look familiar at all, or?
No. Over here.
Just start moving towards them. Who are you?
I'm an old friend of Death's. Hurry, I'll get you out of here. Follow me. No time. He made his choice, and he just starts dragging you.
Oh.
Okay. Everyone, no, Gronkum didn't get knocked off the bird.
At this point, you don't have visibility.
How
on
high
them.
up are they?
When you last saw them, they were
Well-
360 feet up in there.
Yeah, no, not being able to
+1.
see them will definitely make that. That'll definitely make that more difficult. I guess we'll be following Tiefling.
All right. So Stray pulls you and runs you through the streets to safety.
Who's the snitch who told Stray about Ari?
What makes you think he hasn't been keeping tabs on you this whole time?
Man, I hate you.
All right. So you are now out of this equation.
The Phoenix is still gonna fly up and try and help Gronkum.
Okay. So top of the round is perspective. He's gonna kind of look at you, Gronkum. Almost like he recognizes you for a second, but it seems kind of confused. And then he's gonna jump off after this individual, who is just kind of sitting there suspended. And he's going to attack. $12 points of damage. And just kind of sits there and stares. And you just kind of watch as perspective closes his eyes for a second and then opens them back up. Jasper's still very sad. Max is trying to comfort Jasper. Grunkum. Oh no. You watch as Yavos begins to utter words under his breath in some language you do not understand. I'm pretty confident. As he casts Power Word Pain on the rock. And you guys just start to plummet.
Was it abyssal?
It is.
Then I can understand it.
You're not sure what he's saying. It's a spell, but that's about it. But it is abyssal.
Yeah, Garcom speaks abyssal.
You are unfamiliar with the words, but you know what language it is. The bird is just going to fall. Being as heavy as it is, I think we're going to successfully crash into the ground. Almost
360 feet up in the air.
Almost just is still flying. He just lets go. As they go to crash into the ground, though, you just watch as you guys come to a stop. So you will be over here. The dwarf remains. You remain. Elmosh is going to fly to the opposite side of Deft. And he kind of looks over like, what the hell happened to you? That one does it. 15 points damage. That's okay. Alright, you continue to be led away unless you wish to do anything different.
Well, as she can't see anything that's going on, no, she'll continue to be led away.
Alright. We'll say at the end of your turn before... no, we'll just wait until next turn. He is going to go ahead.
right, I forgot. That's
He's going to cast Mirror Image. As you see, 3 more of them appear.
Does perspective allow him to do that? Is the question.
Seemingly so.
Does perspective do the same?
Not his return, you don't know. Why will I not have Mirror Image? Because it didn't tag again. I guess it's just a tag anyway. Good. Alright, so Mirror Image. And then he is going to start flying down. So they both get an attack of opportunity. I think that is. With sneak
But
attack,
does it hit?
he takes 39 points of damage.
So does it hit one of the mirror images?
Oh, good point. It does. Wow, wow. Cursey magic. Oops, that is not the way I wanted to do that.
I mean, we'll take that.
Nah. I think we're good. Alright, so that one misses. Elmosh does the same. Yep. Pull this off. That's a 9. I think that's a fail. We need to roll. 8 or higher. Okay, so that's another duplicate. 1 duplicate left. He moves down. He's going to go ahead and cast. Oh, sure, why not? Yeah, let's do that. Grunkum, I want you to actually roll this dice because of what spell I'm about to use. I need you to roll an intelligence saving throw. Oh no, I need a beer.
Uh-oh.
Intelligence saving throw is never good.
Yeah, I should have saved my inspiration.
Hey, maybe he drops concentration though.
Or that.
Yeah, but if it's a spell I think it is, I don't know if that's better.
Grunkum, first of all, you take 18 points of damage. Psychic damage. And you just kind of sit there and you just kind of slowly just focus on your breathing, Grunkum. And you just look around and you have no idea why you are here, what all these things are. And you get the feeling you should get out. You have been feeble-minded. So,
Why?
your intelligence and charisma scores are now 1. You cannot cast spells nor activate magical items, understand language, or communicate in any intelligible way. You can identify your friends, follow them, and protect them, but that's about it.
Percy,
You are literally
Counterspell.
the utmost caveman you could possibly be right now.
No. Hear me out. Percy has counterspell. Don't do this.
Well, late spell.
Oh dang.
And he flew away.
Oh yeah.
Besides, you never know.
Wait, didn't he cast mirror image this round?
Yeah.
That's
He's dead.
less.
Yep.
That's
Did you bip
two
it?
non-cantrip spells. Yeah.
Intentional. Multi-attack for high-level shenanigan caster. That, however, does go to Rock. I think he's just kind of fucked over at the moment. He looks pissed off. Gronkum, D12.
Okay, so I know who my friends are. So that also should mean that I know who my friends aren't.
It actually does not say that. You're not intelligent enough to know that. I mean, they would seem not friendly. I'd give you that much for sure. You would have the urge to protect yourself, I would say.
Okay.
You wouldn't recognize deft.
It does say the creature can identify its friends. Follow them and
True.
them.
But this is Gronkum.
That's true.
Not DB.
Okay.
You also get your save too. Don't forget your save.
And
But
I'm
you
up
still
in
can
the air,
move.
right?
No, you're maybe 5 feet off the ground. It's just you and that dwarf sitting on the rock.
Gorkum runs away.
Okay. Move yourself.
Do I know that I can dash?
Yeah, I would say. This is
I
pure
would
instinct.
imagine you know you can run.
This is like fuck it all mode, man, for sure. Interesting. Okay. As you run in Grunkum, you kind of do a double take as something runs past you.
Oh man, my dice were the wrong color.
Is that what the issue is?
Yeah.
You look at this large creature passing you, and you feel a sense of comfort. You're not sure what it is about him. But you almost recognize him completely as you run past Kale. All right, so you're just gonna keep running?
Yeah, that's all Grunkam's gonna do.
All right. So that's where we end that part of it. As they continue fighting, Grunkum just keeps running. So back at base.
I should be right back.
What are you guys doing?
I mean,
Which
he
dragon
wasn't
spell doesn't last that long?
that big, was he, Jasper? He was only like
He
moderately large.
What do you mean moderately large?
No,
That
he was-
motherfucker was like 5 times my height.
He wasn't 5 times. 3, I'd say, at most.
But he was so much. He was like my foot before, and
No,
now
you have to. You just maybe
I
when
was gonna kick him.
I
Just
think
starts
maybe I can.
mumbling again.
No, you can be bigger. We can make you bigger.
Really? You can
Yeah,
make me bigger?
I'll try and figure something out.
At this time, Eskel comes over and he kind of like does this little lurching thing. He goes, "What seems to be the problem? What was your name
It was
again?"
just Naomi was so small, and then he got really big, and then it just broke me.
Oh,
It just
no
broke me.
problem.
It actually broke.
And he just kind of
Listen-
like he kind of pats your back a little bit. Oh, there. I've heard of gnomes growing much bigger than that, at least 100 feet or more. Be glad you didn't fight one of those.
Falls
I
over.
don't think that's helping.
Sorry, I don't talk to people much.
Someone's got size envy.
On the back.
The only Goliath I've ever met with size envy.
No, you mother.
Yeah, I would say you're done playing outside at this point, Tanya, so you would overhear this.
I'm just gonna nonchalantly cast enlarge that.
All right, so as you're sitting there feeling sorry for yourself, Jasper, all of a sudden you grow to your giant size, but you didn't do it. And he looks up and he's like, There, see? You're bigger already. Don't you feel good?
I'm big. That if I activate Giant's Might, how much bigger do I get?
You might not want to
No,
do it
I'm indoors.
inside.
Yeah, I'm indoors.
You're kind of like hunched up anyways. You can't get much bigger in this room at the moment.
So
Can I make my way out into the
Sure.
corridor?
I have
And
a
then
question.
make-
I have
Yeah.
a question for you, Nobel.
What's up?
So my one ability, the spell story,
Uh-huh.
it says I know it says you, but
Like effects don't stack.
what? No.
Okay, good.
This is just for maybe something later. But
All right.
I know it says you, and I put it in an item, and it just says you have to concentrate. So could I give that item to anybody to use?
I'd have to double check, but I believe that's kind of the intent, is because your spell list is limited in certain ways because you can do something. That's your spell storing thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe you can give it to other people. I'd have to double check because they've changed it. Since I used to play the original one a lot, I've only played the new one a little bit.
Okay, this is going to be another. Jasper, what is it? An action or a bonus action to use your Titan's thing?
A Giant's Might is a bonus action.
So I could technically give him an orb to do enlarge, and he could do both of them at once.
Now, would that take up that person's concentration, or does the orb have the concentration?
I would have to look more into that. I would lean towards him needing concentration, but I'll double check.
I say, because
think
if
it's-
it's the orb and you gave me one, I could have 3 concentration spells up.
Unfortunately,
Also, keep in mind, if you were going to do it, if you do end up ever going barbarian and raging, you cannot maintain concentration while raging. So just keep that in mind.
it requires the person has to concentrate, not.
I'll double check it too, because it may do some different stuff. I just need to double check. But I think because technically it just allows him to cast a spell, it would be his concentration. But right now he's 100% fighter, so he does not have limiting capabilities from rage or anything like that. He's got like a quasi rage that he can do for a minute.
So it's something for shits and giggles.
But yeah, so you run outside.
Yeah. Is it like an enclosed courtyard, or is it like out in front?
No,
of
it's open. It's outdoor. You're up on like on a hill.
I'm gonna fucking activate Giant's Might.
Is this like the Dragon Ball Z 30-minute power-up video?
Pretty much.
All right, so you watch as you just see Jasper shoot up to 30 feet tall. The biggest you've ever been in your life, Jasper.
Very large, Jasper. Very sizable.
You see Eskel sitting down below. He's like, "Very good, Master Jasper. See, you're far bigger than all of us, isn't he, everyone?"
So amazing. Where's Grockum? I gotta wrestle him. Where is Grockum? Okay, look around and see if I see Grockum.
Oh, Gronkum's not here. Neither is the scantily clad tiefling. or the dwarf that smells like alcohol. And strange other smells.
And I don't see them anywhere either.
No. The dwarf you're less concerned about, you just met him, although you just met these guys too. So you notice the dwarf is missing, the tiefling is missing, and Gronkum you 100% know is missing because you've interacted with Gronkum probably more than most.
I was like, all right, let's go. What are we doing here? Can we go find things to fight? I only have this for just short amount of time.
Oh no, he doesn't have anything to fight. The disappointment.
I don't have anything to fight.
I'm gonna try and do a T-Rex.
Eskel is gonna yell out. He's like, "We do have some stones we needed moved."
I want to move some stone.
He
No,
kind of
this is-
points. He points over to you, and you see like a pile of these 50 large boulders. He's like, "We needed to move them up there onto the parapets. Do you think you can handle it?"
I've already started doing it. And then in my mind, there's like similar but not exactly like I have the Tiger playing.
Okay. You just watch him like jamming to music that is not there as he just like runs over. You gonna rock me this shit?
He finally gets all
Yeah.
680.
We begin the training montage as you just watch him doing it. It doesn't last the entire way, but you get a couple of good boulders up there. And Eskel looks over to all of you. He's like, "We didn't really need them moved, but he looks so happy."
He really does. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
He's like, "We have plenty of rocks if you ever need them."
He finally gets all 682 rocks up there, only to be
So,
told.
you only make
now
it
time to
about-
put them back.
Is it 10 minutes or 1 minute?
For
Both. I think one of them at least is 10 minutes, I think. Is large 10 minutes or just one?
Enlarge,
Forget
Deuce,
it.
1 minute.
Okay, I think then probably both 1 minute. Double check your giant. I think it's probably also a minute because it gives you another damage dice. So probably
Yeah.
not 10.
it's just
All
1
right.
minute.
So we'll say, for shits and giggles, we'll say that you carry 6 of them up Macho Man style, just like, and you throw them down and then you shrink down at the top. But those 6 boulders may change the tide someday. You never know.
I did that. I'm gonna take my axe and carve my name into it. Jasper.
As Eskel goes to clap, it makes an awkward sound. Leah, Tanya, Ferris, Max, and Jasper. You can all make investigation checks.
There's, you can make an investigation check.
Oh, shit.
Motherfucker.
It only seems suiting that Jasper sees this.
He's riding the high.
Yeah.
So Eskel kind of comes over and you watch him clapping. He doesn't have his gloves on, which has happened before. His hands are very differently shaped. And he doesn't realize that he doesn't have his gloves on at the moment. His hands are almost like his skin is like a very dark blackish blue shade, and he has scars all over his hands and up his wrists that you can see. To describe it as you as players, because you rolled the natural 20, it basically looks like a dragonborn who had all of their scales plucked off their body forcefully.
Oh.
But yeah, he just seems to be like very lighthearted at the moment because you feel better. But he didn't notice, so he puts his hands back in his pocket just naturally later and continues about what he was doing.
I'm gonna say, friend, are you? What is wrong? Is there something wrong with your arms? Like a child kind of would.
What an insensitive prick.
Oh my god, it's so. Has your kid done that yet in the store?
Yeah.
I remember the first day, and I felt so. I wasn't there. He met a dwarf one day, and it was like the worst thing you could possibly imagine.
Oh no.
Dad, is that like one of the dwarves in the game you play with dice?
No. He literally, because he was little, he was probably like 2.5. This is my oldest. I guess they were in Ross, and they like looked over. He's like, "Hi, little guy. What are you doing? What are you doing, little fella?" And I guess the guy just was like not having any of it, and like my wife didn't even get a chance to explain. Like he's never experienced this before. He's 2.5. He's big for 2. But yes, we've all been there.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Awkward parenting moments. Even if you're not a parent.
So that's you guys are about to experience it right now.
He kind of looks over at you. He goes, "Oh, eczema."
Eczema?
Roll an insight check, Jasper.
Perfect.
That's a big word. It checks out.
Perfect.
Eczema. Because it's on the outside. I get it. Cool. All right. Cool.
It's not eczema.
Like, I really want some eggs too. That sounds really good. Oh god, now I want eggs. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jasper's hungry. He's gonna go look for some food.
All right. Jasper seems much better now. So, what are you guys doing? Other than watching Jasper feel better.
At some point, I'll have gone back out and changed back to myself.
Oh yeah. By this
How
time,
long
you've
has
already
it
come
been since we got back?
By this point, I would say it's probably been an hour. So you've checked in on each of them. Ari seemed to be fleeing while wreathed in flame, so she was obviously in some sort of danger of some sort. Gronkum was in a horrible position with all sorts of crazy looking things that you have no idea what they are. You did get the information that you already had out of the prince. Jasper has regained a semi bit of his confidence back after being humiliated by a gnome.
Why am I prone?
Don't remind him.
About this time, then, you watch as Soren kind of pops in there in front of you. You guys just don't ever take a break, do you? It's like, good keeping on. We'll get to that later, Drunken.
Why am I
Yeah.
prone?
I don't know. Probably from the last battle, I'd imagine.
I
Unless
wasn't on
you
there
like
earlier.
resting your back. He kind of looks over at you guys. I've been unable to locate Gronkum. However, and you watch as he kind of looks over at his mirror and kind of, Ari!
Mm-hmm.
You pop out of the mirror. Because
Okay.
a friend dropped off a package. I figured I'd return it.
So was she like brought over to a mirror, or did she just suddenly disappear and now she's there?
So,
Context for her reaction.
I don't know. So, two things. So, as this individual kind of spirited you away, he brought you to a location with another individual you've never met before. Probably just someone who works with them. He told you a couple of things of note. Let me get my red book out. This individual says that they are a former friend of, well, they're a current and former friend and mentor of Death. You've heard Death speak of this individual before, I believe, unless I'm wrong, Death. You let me know.
I never told anyone about Stray.
Then never. So this individual claims to be a friend of Death. And that essentially he wanted you to be aware that there may be plans in the works by different parties, depending, to do a few things. He warns you that a deal has been struck with the orcs of the north. So this, do you guys remember going through the mountains when we were going towards the swamp? And you guys fought like the Etten and the orcs and the trolls and whatnot?
Mm-hmm.
Those orcs have agreed to join in the battle with these individuals. He does let you know they number in about 50,000 between all these combined tribes of the mountains. He also lets you know that they've apparently struck a deal with some sort of pirate cohort. Some admiral with a peg leg. He didn't catch the name, but he's not sure the significance of that. And he also lets you know about one other thing that was of deep concern, Ari. He's like, are you familiar with the one they call Theris?
Yes.
He goes, I need you to let him know that he needs to be careful. There are individuals going to great lengths to find him.
Who are these people looking for him?
At this point, I would just assume everybody. It's like, but enough is enough. I must make sure that you make it away. If you do by happen see Death again, let him know that I always had his best interest at heart.
Is Stray a snitch? Is Stray snitching?
And you watch as the individual kind of grabs you, goes, "Come with me. I'll bring you somewhere where you could get help." And just kind of holds your hand, and you kind of appear, and then you shortly thereafter meet Soren, and he brings you home.
Just write it down.
For your
Did
record,
he ever
Jeff,
give me his name?
what's that? He told
Did
you
he
his
ever
name was.
give me his name, by the way?
He told you his name was Stray.
It's Stray?
Nope. Do you remember who he works for, Jeff? Oh,
think-
Def's note-taking abilities are in question now.
wait. I wrote it down somewhere.
I don't know. Actually, Techno, I think, met this character once upon a time. This is right when Techno joined my first campaign.
Lord Marius.
This campaign?
No, remember when you first started playing with me? After the event we did?
That would be with Lilith.
Yes, it was Lilith. Do you remember the whole boat thing where you guys arrived and picked up the party? So you guys had jacked the airship and then you saved them at sea. The pirate, I think you were
Yes.
here for this one. The vampire lord that was chasing them was chasing Kara, which was the rogue,
Mm-hmm.
off into the docks, is Lord Marius. So you met him 400 years in the future.
It's all connected.
But
Can't
yes,
believe Stray snitched on me.
not snitching on you.
There was some
look
solid
back.
snitching.
Ariel look back towards the mirror that sat end and turn head down, walk forward, and set Gronkum's bag down on the table.
You see Saphir kind of pops out and just looks extremely sad. Is anyone going to comfort her?
Ariel.
Yeah. Did Jasper hear that whole story about death?
Sure.
I was just, I didn't know if that was Ari somewhere else before she came over.
Oh no! This is just some. This isn't even Ari. This is just something that Ari, the player, knows.
Oh, okay. So Jasper doesn't know any of that still.
No, nobody knows it. All that you guys know, you just know Stray. Some people have more than one character. That's all.
Yeah. And apparently, snitches get stitches. So
I don't know what you're talking about. Who has more than one character? That's
Yeah,
absurd.
Absurd. I really was curious to see if you were going to run into your own fucking character, because that would have been the best thing ever.
Oh, it would have been so awesome. What an epic.
Where was that?
I
Epic
totally
fight there would have
thought
been.
you were going to die in an epic showdown, but you literally cavemanned it out at max speed. However, as Soren continues on, he says, we're able to find Ari, but I've not been able to locate Gronkum by magical means or physical means. Like, I need more information.
I mean, I just scryed on him like an hour ago.
It's like, I just scryed on him 30 minutes ago and wasn't even able to find him.
You'd be right.
Last I saw him, he was she'll give an approximate distance away from the castle, or from Gangcaster's castle. He was on a rock.
You gonna try again?
I'll give it one more try with my last thought.
You focus on Gronkum? Nothing.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, but I don't know if he made it. I will continue to have my agents look as best I can, but even my resources are stretched thin.
Ferris, you still have the rod, right?
The what?
Your rod?
Yes.
Wait, Ari, I
said
thought
it
you were in
can
love
bring
with Jeff.
people back, right?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I was hoping someone would make a comment about it.
I can't. I can't. I'm
so
sorry.
sorry.
What was your?
Ari,
What
I'm
did you
so
say, Ferris?
sorry.
With everybody talking, I couldn't hear what you said.
She
I
said
heard a
it can bring
rod.
people back, can't it?
Yes. But I need a body though.
And how much of a body?
The entire thing.
The
Out of,
best question ever.
out of character, if I recall correctly, resurrect then does not require a body.
No, it does, because if you get
But then
disintegrated,
again,
you can't be a
in
target.
True red.
True resurrection
I was gonna
doesn't
say.
need a body. I don't believe. But that's also super fucking expensive.
It's true resurrection that doesn't need a body.
And none of you have met anyone who would give you that much money that you're aware that they have.
I'll go power level me.
There are only, in fact, out of all the characters I've ever made for this campaign, there's not including like countries, there are probably only 4 individuals that I've made that have anywhere that kind of money that they could ever lend anybody. One
I know a
Gronkum
guy.
doesn't like.
I know a guy.
You know 2 guys, technically, you just don't know. Actually, you know a guy and you know a girl.
I know a girl.
You
Know
know
a guy that
girl,
knows
blue
guys.
hair. All right. So, Sitesh kind of looks around. He's like, I'm sorry. I wish everything's stretched right now. I don't even know where to begin. You said you have the prince. Is that correct?
I looked at theirs.
I'm looking around like, how the hell's he know this? I don't say that, but I'm like,
Yeah,
I
Leah
may have-
had.
I may have mentioned that. Was that? Should I not have mentioned that?
we don't know who all's enemies and who everyone will be looking for this child. We may have him, we may not. I say that as I look at Sitesh.
Whoops.
He kind of looks over at you and he looks over at Leah. He's like, well, I would highly recommend if you do. And you hear a little voice from behind you. Sitesh! Or not Sitesh. I'm sorry. Sorry. Sorry.
I said Sitesh.
Totally different story. So you watch as William runs over and like semi-tackles Soren. He very, very well. He goes, no, but this is excellent. Your father's been so concerned. He's like, I want to see mom. And Soren just kind of like eyeballs you like, fuck you all. He just kind of looks, he looks over at all of you. He's like, don't worry. We'll get you home as soon as we can. We'll
Change the subject. It'll be fine.
pass the buck on to the next person. Dad can explain this. He goes, this changes a lot.
So you're saying that it's okay that we didn't get what you sent us there to get? That's what I'm hearing?
I mean, at least the majority of you are okay. The prince is a far better victory. We'll make do.
Excellent.
We were lucky we got him. I went to the orphanage to see how many children I could get out. Things didn't go as well as planned, but I did find the prince and got us out as we could.
That's so strange. It's
Do you
like,
think your sister got out alright?
Do what?
Your sister.
Yeah, she's hopefully going to go on her own. I had to do what I had to do. Hopefully I can rescue her later.
Soren kind of looks over. He's like, well, we should probably get this young one to his father, I would imagine. Correct?
We know where his father, where we told where the king is?
The king's in the Southern Kingdom, with whatever remains of anyone who's loyal. The Cross family's up in the north. They were with the cultists, but now are not. They're kind of on their own.
Should he be with his father, which I understand that's where a child needs to be, but with the situation as diminished as his forces are and enemies heading towards him, or at least standing against him, shouldn't the child be hidden somewhere?
It's like, what do you have in mind?
I don't know of anything. You have many more and much more means than I do.
He kind of looks. He's like, well, we can't leave him with you. I'm going to be busy doing the same. It's like, unfortunately, I mean, kids are not my forte. I don't deal in babysitters.
I mean, kids kind of are Theros' forte, though.
I mean, I feel like his father should at least get to see him and figure this out for his own. I mean, they can have babysitters, but I do get your point. But I don't know where else they would be better defended either.
Defense isn't as much the issue as subterfuge is.
Ari, you would be aware from what you were told by Stray that there are attack plans on that kingdom.
On the Northern Kingdom?
The Southern Kingdom. Where the king is.
Okay. The cult has plans on hitting there.
Yes. Well, I agree with you then. Do you guys have any friends that could take care of this one? Anyone?
We don't make friends very easily, I don't think, in this group.
If you don't have a single friend who can help you watch a child.
I'm new here.
I'm also new here.
I would know several if it were not for the fact that the city where they all are at is being held hostage, basically.
Huh. I don't know. What did you ever do with that one girl?
What one girl?
Our dragon friend.
Remember, you had those two girls with you the last time, one of the last times we saw each other.
Madeline was... She disappeared.
He just looks
During-
very dubious as you say this. And what was the other one? Emily? I believe her name was.
Nods. Takoya brought her back home.
Ah, the big orc woman. What about her? Where's she at these days? Oh, she's not dead, is she?
I don't know.
The Rat
Last
King
I
would be a
heard-
good place, though, but I don't know how we could get a hold of him. I believe he was still loyal to the kingdom.
So much pain. All the pain in the world. Can't
Last
just stop.
What about that little dwarf guy that I met earlier? His name was Randy, Rando, something like that.
You guys
He
Randy.
seems like
just
a
now
jovial guy.
immediately remember that you left Randy at the cabin with the other mirror.
Oh yeah.
He's probably still just sitting there hanging out.
Isn't he kind of a doofus too, though?
He is, but that's why we love him.
Yeah, but not
was
to guard
very kind
a
to me.
prince.
He was a bandit. He was one of the Ratman killed. There's 2 bandits that survived. Ratman killed one of them, and you guys had the other one stuck inside, and you literally kept him hostage and never let him go.
And now he loves us.
Technically, he joined the Paladins as a scribe. He's not an active Paladin as far as a combatant, but he does follow around other individuals.
Ari didn't force him to stay inside. She just heavily incentivized that sitting there and listening to her song was much better than going
I'm not
outside to the
picking on
massacre
anyone.
going on.
We had Nicodemus trying to tell him what to do, and everyone contributed to that.
Yeah, no, we just really wanted
bring
him
him
to
back.
join us.
He was with you, and you left
was
him. You left him at the cabin.
I'm gonna send some messages.
Before he goes, he says, well, I'm just saying, I think we're all probably better off in the south, but I mean, if you have other things in mind, I mean, there's many different fronts to this battle.
It's been a very long day. Maybe give us a bit of time to think.
Because, well, we should probably at least move there tonight. We could save a lot of lives by at least letting everyone know this child is alive. Whether or not he stays there, we can discuss that with his father. His father will probably likely agree with us.
Or what if we did just the opposite and staged it to where they think the child's dead?
We could do that as well. I mean, the king may make rash decisions on this event, but...
Well, we can let him know the truth, but let the enemies know that he's perished or been possibly... If we could have a runner accidentally found that had a note being maybe ransomed to another kingdom to divert their attention or bring another kingdom into war against them.
This could be arranged, but this still leaves us with one dilemma. Where can we stash the young prince where he will be safe?
Let him stay here tonight. We'll discuss it and try and come up with something.
Fair enough. Alright, so you guys, anything else you guys want to do before that day ends?
Yeah, I'm going to use one of my soul powers that I gained to cast non-detection on the prince.
Okay. So you go ahead and cast non-detection on the prince. Leah, you want to cast some spells, I believe, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to message Randy and Nobel.
Alright, so which one are you doing first?
Randy first. Just tell him that we ported back.
Report back. He's like, how do you turn this thing on to get home? Please? I think, oh God. And then he ends. You attempt to reach out to Nobel? No connection.
Alright. I tried.
Alright. With that, we will
I'll
finish it.
sit down. Sphere still look very saddened, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
She'll continue petting her, also sitting down. So, yeah, no luck on finding Kronkin at all?
None yet, and I'm tapped for the day.
Alright. If we can, let's look for him tomorrow as well. And Varys. Varys? Can you guys hear me?
I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, I had to step
Faster
away
than
FK real quick.
All right.
I'm back. What did I miss? Sorry.
Okay.
Everything.
Kari
We're
was, or talking to you.
Figures. Everybody's talking to each other. I'm
Yes.
like, cool. Gotta go to the bathroom real quick. So what's
yeah.
the question?
It wasn't a question. She said, or she spoke your name.
Yes.
Before I got here, I met with an individual and they gave me a warning to pass on to you.
And what was that?
They said to be careful. A lot of individuals are looking for you.
Any reason given, and who is this individual?
Oddly enough, Ari, you go to think back on it, you can't picture this individual. Like, you remember talking to him, but like it's just very foggy when you think back.
I can't remember. I've been through a lot.
You think I would snitch without protection?
I hate you.
They didn't give a reason to be why
He
I'm
didn't
being.
tell me. If I were to guess, she'll gesture to her hand. Which hand do you have the gem in?
It's my left, I believe.
Correct, I think.
Yeah, and she'll gesture to her left hand or tap the top of her left hand.
Other than that one group we were against that had something similar, no one else even knows about that. So why would that constitute a lot of people are looking for me? My guess would be somehow they found out I took the prince, but I don't know how they would know it was me.
Soren looks over you. What does this individual look like?
I don't remember.
There's to you.
I don't know who she's speaking of.
No, the individual you referenced.
Oh, I'll describe whatever I can remember from them.
Oh,
She described the Doom Takers as best
okay.
you
I
can.
thought it was.
It's like, I don't know, but I can try to maybe scry on them with the vague description.
Or here, I'll use. Hang on, let me see. I think I've got it.
There are others that know about it.
I'll use. Can I use alter self to make myself look like that person to show them?
Yeah, you could.
There you
Sure.
go.
All right,
look
so
like
you
this.
turn into your favorite little wizard stalker. He goes, yeah, I could certainly try. You watch. He's like, do you mind if I borrow your orb?
Of course.
All right, so you watch as he kind of casts it, so you guys can all kind of focus in and see. He focuses in. Where could this one be? And you watch as it shoots forward. And you see yourself in the mountains. There's Gronk. No, Gronk's not here. Sorry. There's an Ari. I really think that's it. Yeah. Both of you roll history checks.
And then there were two.
He doesn't look familiar to you. Ari, you remember this place because you traveled through and you did not like it there. They look like they're in the western kingdom of Gancaster. So this is Ajax's lands and keep. You see the wizard with the Doom Raiders, his entire group from the Delve, all prepping and talking to other individuals, apparently, that seem to be moving around a bunch of barrels. Other than that, you don't see anyone else in this city, from at least the angle you can see here.
Any of the barrels slosh purple liquid?
I don't know. They're all closed barrels.
Good with those. Jam. Welcome back. Or perhaps not.
All right, so let me long rest, everybody. All right.
For the rest, though, Ari's going to attempt to spark up a
Hello.
flame. Hello.
You spark up a what?
A flame.
Flame. Apparently no effect.
For some reason, while I was there, my magic wasn't working.
Soren probably left at this point. So it's all you guys.
Mm-hmm.
That must have been concerning.
Did he take the prince, or is he still with us?
The prince is still he's asleep at this point, but he's still with you guys at the moment. He's just kind of like, he fell asleep near Tanya.
Grackham rushed in to save me. I couldn't help them.
No, Gronkum can take care of himself, so I'm sure he'll be fine.
He gave you everything he had, didn't he? I don't think he was expecting to come out of this.
He just watches Saphira just kind of like is cuddled into you two at this point, Ari.
Mm-hmm. The battle was against Satash.
The evil one.
Wait, she's aware. Yeah, he told us of his name. Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Well, if he did go out, hopefully it was to his sworn nemesis. Honorably. I hope he didn't, though. I hope he got away.
I hope so as well.
I can try some divination to find that out.
If you can, please do.
Go for
If
it.
he's still alive, we need to find him.
Since it's the first thing in the morning, I gotta pray I can switch my stuff around. Let me look what I got here.
Well, we're still at tonight, so if you haven't done that, then
Yeah, because we're probably in here in just a second. We have two things to do.
Drink, maybe. Let's have a drink. Toast. To Gronkum.
Iskill kind of looks over to Gronkum.
There's a teardrop going down Jasper's eye. Never got to fight him.
Aww. Sad day. Okay. So, you guys go to sleep?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ferris, as you go to sleep, you find yourself dreaming, but completely awake and aware. It's kind of like wandering through, like, it almost looks like a plane, but it's just calm. And there's no real mass or anything to it. It's just open space that you kind of can freely move through. And that wolf that you saw previously kind of returns and runs up to you and just stares at you.
What is it, boys? Gronk, I'm stuck in a well?
What languages did you speak again?
Celestial, Common, and Sylvan.
The wolf speaks in a language you don't understand, although you've kind of, from your previous, he's speaking some form of giant.
Can
a version you
I
haven't really heard before.
can I cast my comprehend languages of ritual in this state?
You can certainly try.
I will attempt it.
All right, so you sit there and you just kind of watch as you cast it. You want to test it out? I'm still just sitting there staring at you.
Well, after I cast it, I'm like, what did you say?
And you hear it speak. I come for that which belongs to me.
And what belongs to you?
And you watch as the wolf kind of sits and does the dog point. And behind you, you see Arborist's soul appear. This belongs to me.
And why does it belong to you? He was a friend of mine.
His soul shall be returned to me.
The spirit of the wolf.
What do I get in return?
I will let you live.
And if I devour the soul now?
Then I will devour your soul.
You can certainly try. How about we split it? I just want a piece.
And you hear him say something. Does it tell you what language it is when you're comprehending languages, or you just understand?
It's all languages.
So you just kind of sit there. It seems frustrated with you. Listen to me, young one. If you harm one fragment of that soul, I will eat you so slowly that I will have already digested half of you before I'm even done.
I can think of worse things.
What? What
So
is
can
going
I.
on?
How
Mabel,
old is
who is
this?
this?
And he just kind of like, you're not sure what he's saying. It kind of sounds like gibberish. Even though you can understand him, it could just be like a stupid, ridiculous name. And then it just kind of looks at you. I'll do you one better. And you
Why
watch.
is Gamora?
Thank you so much. You watch as this wolf expands upward to about 12 feet tall. Green, gangly arms, long fingers, as a giant troll stands before you.
Okay.
Do I recognize this creature, or other than being a troll?
No, it's just a troll. It speaks a quick enchantment, and it goes, I believe you'll see my things my way before long. And the wolf just disappears, and you just hear this voice in your head. Well, that was weird. What do you think he wanted? Hey, what have you been up to? And so, as you try to sleep throughout most of the night, all you hear in your head is the constant, non-resting need of Arborist's soul talking and talking and talking.
Okay, you can have the damn soul. So get him to shut up.
Gronkum,
Yeah.
roll a survival check for me.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Which of those is your new character?
Gronkum, you're just sitting there and you're cold and you're shaking and you just kind of laid down. You're not sure what to do. It is a freezing cold night, more than you've felt cold in a while. You're not understanding why it's this cold. And you just lay down to go to sleep. You roll a Constitution save really quick. Let's see.
Don't you dare
Oh,
die on
no.
us to hypothermia, Gronkum.
And you just kind of sit there as you shiver, your breath slower and slower. And then you just kind of like hear the crunching of like cold, fresh fallen snow as someone kind of walks over to you and leans over your body. And they just kind of like put their hand on your cheek and like rub their other hand over your forehead. You're gonna be okay, Gronk. And all of a sudden, you don't feel warm, but you don't feel temperature. And your eyes kind of open for a brief second. You see a pale individual with long dark hair. Roll an investigation check at disadvantage.
Really? Disadvantage with a -5?
You just kind of look. There's something familiar about it, almost picking up on the recognizing a friend. For some reason, because of the looks of this individual, you feel some sort of strange bond with them. If they kind of look like you, but human.
Ooh.
Huh?
And you kind of see as another individual walks up behind that one. This one looks familiar. You're not sure where you've seen him before. The rest of you would have recognized it as Aragorn. However, Gronkum does not recognize it. He looks over at the individual helping Gronkum. Yes, really, Matthias. It's a lot of effort. Like, oh well. Let's go home. And that is where we'll end tonight's session.
Matthias? I know that name. Why do I know that name? Who? What? Huh?
Questions?
Questions?
Also,
I'm
I don't
super
have
confused.
to change slots to do communion, but I can ask up to 3 yes/no questions. So if there's something else we want to find out besides is Gronkum alive?
Oh, we'll pick that up next time.
Right. I'm just
We
saying,
haven't
let
hit the
everybody
one.
think about if there's
Oh,
two
yeah,
other
get 'em.
questions you want yes/nos to. Think about them.
Hey, or you can kill someone and speak with dead. You get 5 questions.
All right, we gotta find Gronk and
That's
kill
not
him.
necessarily going to answer our.
You may be a little tired
That seems
tomorrow,
kinda
by the
funny.
way, too, Theris.
Probably. And I'm going to try to also not just commune with my DD, I'm going to commune with Mabel to see if she can give me any information on this wolf spirit thing.
Okay. Well, we'll get to that one. But yeah, no. Now you guys can go try to figure out where that sounds familiar from.
Is that wolf
What the
spirit who I
heck?
think it
I
is?
just had this wolf spirit
Probably.
pop up, and
Yeah.
it's like
What even was tonight?
I just had this wolf spirit.
I am
pop up.
so confused.
Tonight made Jasper feel better.
Jasper
then
got
worse.
big and felt better.
We got exactly.
I know, man.
There's this fighting